What's up everybody and welcome back to another awesome video. Today I will be talking about the Geelong Jail. Now let's get an overview of the Geelong Jail, shall we? The Geelong Jail first opened its doors in 1853 and ran continuously until 1991 when the gates closed behind the final prisoner. In the intervening years, it was site of a prison for male and female prisoners. An industrial school. In the intervening years, it was the site of a prison for male and female prisoners, an industrial school for young girls, a hospital for those sick and dying prisoners in the colony, a military detention center, and a training prison. Based on the Pentonville system, which preached silence and separation, the tiny cells with only a bucket for a toilet and few creature comforts made it a miserable existence for all who were incarcerated there. Executions. The Geelong Jail was the scene of 6 executions. John Gunn and George Roberts in 1854 for the murder of Samuel Harris and the attempted murder of George Kelly. On the first and only public execution at the Gallows Flats, James Ross in 1836 for the murder of Elizabeth Sayer and his infant son. Owen McQueenie in 1858 for the Green Tent murder, Elizabeth Lowe. James Murphy in 1863 for the murder of Constable Daniel O'Boyle, and Thomas Menard in 1865 for the murder of James Sweeney. Menard is buried within the confines of the Geelong Jail. The Industrial School. An 1864 Neglected Children's Act allowed for the placing into care of children who had been abandoned by their parents or who were living on the streets. With the influx of immigrants for the gold rush and beyond, the existing Ryrie Street Industrial School was overflowing. It was decided to turn the north, south, and east wings of the jail into the Myers Street Industrial School, housing young girls between 3 and 16 years old and young boys up to the age of 6, between 1868 and 1875. The school housed up to 192 students, whilst male and female prisoners remained in the west wing. I can't wait to learn. What's that noise? Please, I promise I'll be good. I won't steal anymore. Please let me out. It's a horror in here. Well, let's talk about the prisoners now. Geelong Jail has been the place of incarceration for thousands of men and women and children throughout its history. While men always been held here through its different roles, women and children were only here. Let me start again. History. While men always been held here through its different roles, women and children were here only in the 1800s. By the early 1900s, all women were transferred to the female prison at Coburg, with only these on remand held here for a short time. The youngest prisoner on record was aged just 2 years old in the 1860s. So what are you in here for? I stole a piece of bread. Okay. And did you know this place, the Geelong Jail, was also a hospital? After the closure of the industrial school, the Geelong Jail became the hospital jail for the colony of Victoria. It was believed that its proximity to the sea would help those suffering from illness, dying from disease, and the elderly or the disabled prisoners housed in other jails around Victoria. It became known as the Prison of the Ill, or the Seaside Resort. Oh, how I love the seaside, the water, the sound, the fresh air. Tom, how are you getting along? How do you like the view, Tom? Tom! Tom! Oh, shit. Tom's dead. More view for me. Man has witnessed hundreds of deaths within the bluestone walls despite the care and attention of the medical officers who serviced the jail. And did you know that the jail was also something to do with military? During World War II, the Geelong jail became a military detention barracks known as the 8th Australian Detention Barracks or Geelong Detention Barracks. It housed those members of the Army, Navy and Air Force along with a couple of international soldiers who needed to be incarcerated for military offences. It held up to 192 SUS soldiers under sentence during its 5-year history. These soldiers performed the largest breakout in Victorian prison history when 22 men escaped in July 1945. Closure and beyond. The Geelong jail closed in July 1991, and the remaining prisoners were transferred to the newly constructed Barwon prison. In 1995, the Rotary Club of Geelong took over the management of the site and opened the jail as a museum. In 2019, the Geelong Council sold the jail into private ownership, and in June 2019, the Geelong Jail Museum reopened, showcasing the history of colonial crime and punishment in Victorian jails, along with the experience of the conditions of the 1850s colonial prison. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you like me acting out some of the stuff that's happening in that I'm reading out, please like and subscribe. Let me know down below if you want to see more weird little bits I act out in my script. And I see that 60% of you guys that watch my videos aren't subscribed, so it would make me really, really happy if you guys could go click that little subscribe button, because look at it, it's so cute. Look at it. You know, it would make me happy and it would help me out a lot. Subscribe.